Right now, what we spend, it's over $11 million
here
in this farm here. Over $11 million. You know, I was working here, then I left for the US, you know, in 1989. I left, you know, I left here, you know, June 14th, 1989. And all along, you know, I've been in New York City.
Mandarin?
280, and then we have, you know, orange trees, you know, 3,648. So altogether, the whole entire garden, we have more than, you know, 4,000, you know, 4,000 trees.
4,000.
Look at all the things that we import in this country, you know, onions, all these things, you know, it should not be. It should not be, you know. That's why when I saw that lady, Ajola Jalo, what she did, you know, she's an investment banker in New York, came here, lady is willing to, you know, daddy herself. Why can't, you know, you and I do it? He did okra in this rainy season. He made $1.5 million.
Just okra?
Okra. I bought, you know, 2 machines, you know, that are going to be strictly to do, you know, 100% natural juice. Squeeze the orange, bottle it, you know, legacy farm, out in the market. I am Lamin Jatta, but Laba is my nickname. I'm the owner of, that's why, you know, I named the farm, you know, Laba's Legacy Farm, because probably I might not enjoy the benefits, but, you know, at least, you know, my kids would know, you know, I left something for them, you know, long lasting. The demarcation was done, you know, in 2019. The first orange trees were planted, you know, February 27, 2020. So we were doing gradually, till the last oranges out back there were planted, you know, 2 years ago, you know, July 17th made 2 years. We have 3,648 orange trees. Then we have, you know, 280 mandarins. We have 22 avocado trees. And then, you know, papayas. Right now we have, you know, 28 papayas.
What's the size of the land?
It's 300 by 300 square meters.
Okay, at the beginning, I know it must have been challenges like people trying to discourage you on the farm because you're spending too much money.
Absolutely, you know, and there was time, he knows, you know, when I get a call, it's like, you know, when is it going to stop? Because it's from one end to the other, And very, very good friends that are very close told me, you know, it's not going to work. It will never work, you know, you're spending way too much money. But I know, you know, what I spent, you know, I'm not going to get back. So there is no stopping. I have to keep on pushing. Now you could see the end result.
The end result. It's always like that. People in the Gambia with money don't put their money into agriculture. So if they see you with that little amount you have, you want to put that into agriculture, it looks like a risk to them. And it's like they are trying to help you, to rescue you before it's too late.
Well, my younger brother told me, you know, this is way too big to venture in. You're going to fail. You know, I've seen a lot of projects fail. But I said, you know what? It's not going to try. I'm not going to give it a try. I'm just going to push myself, you know, give myself a lot of sleepless nights. But I'm going to make sure, you know, it's too big to fail. And right now, if he steps in here, you know, he'll know, you know, not only me, but I have a winning team. The team really did very well.
So how much money estimatedly have you invested in this?
If I tell you, you know, you might, you know, he's the one that receives the money. Right now, what we spend, it's over $11 million
here
in this farm here. Over $11 million that we spend.
That's a lot of money.
You have to get the inner courage to spend that kind of money in an unknown, because, you know, you just put in, you don't know what's going to be. But I know, you know, with determination, you know, and the way things are, that money will come back in a year or two. But, you know, over 11, you know, I'm not talking about the 20, 30, you know, $200, you know, things. No, high ticket items like this thing here, you know, cost me, you know, $235,000, you know, to build this thing. So high ticket items, you know, I keep those receipts, you know, but 300 here, 400 here, no. But I spent over $11 million into this farm.
Is that $11 million is a lot of money, but the place that you are putting your money into, agriculture, this orange is like this. I've seen people in the Gambia that earn more than $1 million every year in just oranges. And this farm is way more bigger than that.
No, with the projection, we know, 11 million,
it's not
it's not that, that much.
Yes.
There are people that have more money than me, but are they brave enough to put it into
like
farming
like
I did? It's easier, okay, I build a beautiful house. I could go up and down the stairs. But that house, takes money out of me because you have to maintain the house in order to go. But once, these things start going the way, all I have to do is prune little work here and the money is going to be coming back.
Yeah.
So you have to think outside of the box that, okay, you build a beautiful house. If you go right now to a car park, you bought a car for 2 million. If you live here, by the time you get to Brikama, try to sell that car, you're not going to get that 2 million. It depreciates. But with this thing, it doesn't. It only appreciates.
So what inspired the farm itself?
Well, it's a dream, out of nowhere. I said, with the struggles that I went through in life, I want to build a legacy for my family, even if I'm gone tomorrow, at least they'll know, the father left something that would be, generational wealth. If I leave the money in the bank, very likely, that money will be gone. If I'm gone tomorrow, very likely the following week the money is gone. But a huge investment like this, at least it will take, years and years for them to benefit, The struggles that I went through as a kid, I wouldn't want my family to go through that, That's why, I took my lifetime savings and invested here.
Invest, okay.
I was working here, then I left for the US, in 1989. I left, I left here, June 14th, 1989. And all along, I've been in New York City. I built houses. I have, houses, but my whole thing is I want to get my hands dirty. That's why, I change, if you go, where I'm staying in Bruce Bay, Kololi, in Bakau, but this is my actual dream. That's why the farm is named, Laba's Legacy Farm.
You left like a long time ago.
Yes.
Many of your mates that left at that time probably forgot the Gambia.
Yes, there are people, and then what, I can't blame them. Some people are scared, because what, we're not getting, you're scared, okay, if I invest my money, you're not there. If you get a winning team, I'm not saying everybody, is bad in the Gambia. But if you get people that are willing to help you, absolutely. And then you have to help yourself too. You can't just rely on other people to help you, you have to get your hands dirty. If I come here, I sit. If I didn't tell you I'm the owner, if I sit out there, you see me walking, you would not know I'm the owner. If I, if somebody didn't tell you. So, but you have to get people that are willing to help you. That's where, we have Bakari. He comes from Bakau. Every day coming to this farm, Keita stays here, Ibrahim live in the local community, and then, of course, this Bojang Kundanka, once in a while, when food is here, he'll come and, he'll come.
So what are some of the constraints that you face in the farm?
The beginning was very, very difficult, water issue. I invited a lot of women, they ran away, because we were having issues with water, and I don't blame them. You can't plant your things, you don't have sufficient water to water, so it was very, very difficult. But little by little, with the help of God, we are able to mitigate, Still, it's not enough because it's 1, 2, if we could get a third one over there.
Mandiri?
280, and then we have, orange trees, 3,648. So altogether, the whole entire garden, we have more than 4,000 trees.
4,000.
You could see the spacing. The spacing is adequate, because we leave 6 meters between the trees.
So you get help from maybe an expert before starting? No.
No, this is absolutely not. After the fencing, we just the guy the guy that sells the orange tree to us told us we have to live between 5 to 6 meters apart.
Okay.
And that's what we did professionally for somebody to come and help. It didn't happen.
Do you have that moment that you think you just have to give up?
This was in 2019. Then we having issues with the borehole. Bakari was calling. It was so difficult. I said, what, did I put myself into something that maybe I didn't know? So I started, having, two minds as to, is it But, you know, I was already vested in, you know, so there is no turning back. There is no turning back, you know. It's either I get rich trying or die, you know.
Get rich or die trying.
Die trying. So that's what we did. We keep pushing, you know. These guys said 50 cents. And right now, there is nobody in the Gambia here that would look at this thing and say, you know, we didn't try. We definitely. And I couldn't do it by myself because, you know, yes, when I come for a month, I do all I could. But
a month cannot do everything.
Everything, absolutely not. Yeah. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
When I'm here, you know, they get extra motivated to do, you know, when I'm not here, you know, it's not like, you know, the same.
Do you think there is something that you think lacks in the sector, like agriculture, that you think could have been, when done, could change everything?
Not people that have money, but I think the sector, you know, agriculture need to look at people that are less fortunate and help them out. That's the only thing that's going to move this country, you know, forward. Absolutely, you know, with the if they have, you know, government intervention, there are many people like me, you know, or people that are willing and they didn't have, people that didn't have, you know, the funds, but are willing to work. Those are the people that you have to identify. Those are the people that you need to identify and help, you know, help out. It will move this country, you know. We have, you know, a very fertile, you know, land. The soil is very fertile, you know. If you look at Senegal, you know, it's like clay soil, you know, red. But, you know, people are willing to work. We, you know, look at all the things that we import in this country, you know, onions, all these things, you know, it should not be. It should not be, you know. That's why when I saw that lady, Ajola Jallo, what she did, you know, she's an investment banker in New York, came here, lady is willing to, you know, daddy herself. Why can't, you know, you and I do it? But all we are busy now is selling, you know, you need immediate money, you sell your piece of land, you need enough money, you sell, you know, that money probably a week or so, it's all gone. A week or so, the money is gone. And once you sell it, it's gone. Why don't you get yourself, you know, dating? After this thing, I have a guy that I would give you the number, you know, you go. You know, he did okra in this rainy season. 11 harvests, you know, he made $1.5 million.
Just okra?
Okra. Okra alone, 1.5 million. You tell me, you know, Gambia government, who is going to pay you little over a month, you know, 1.5 million, even expatriates, you know, unless you work in, you know, for an NGO.
Yeah, yes. NGOs, yeah.
You know, so people have to be willing to go back to the farm.
But sometimes it's not encouraging. That's the problem.
Well, this is what I was saying. You're not going to, don't rely on, I cannot rely on you, Mr. Keita, to help me. I have to help myself, you know, if help comes along, fine. But you cannot do, you know, thinking that, you know, oh, Keita is going to help me or somebody else. If the help doesn't come, you're bound to fail. Put your mind to it that, you know, you are going to, you know, succeed on your own. If help comes along the way, more power to you.
That's people will see you as a brave man.
No, this is what it is. If you rely on somebody, you know, because we could fail each other. If I rely on you, you could give me a 9 o'clock appointment and don't show up till 12 o'clock.
Or you don't, I will never come.
Okay, or you might never come. This is the same, you know, in business module, you have to think like that. If the help finds you on the way, it's going to make the way smoother for you. But don't rely 100% that, you know, you're going to expect somebody to help you. Nobody's going to help you. You have to help yourself. Along the way, if the help comes, my brother.
So what are your hopes for the future?
My hope is, if I could, before I was inviting the school girls, you know, they come and learn a thing or two from the little knowledge that we have. It could, this vast land, the government could intervene, open up places, you know, run it, let these kids, you know, even if they have to pay back little by little, it's much more, you know, than having all this fertile land for, you know, land for nothing. My hope is, I'm going to think outside of the box. If we cannot sell everything, I bought machines that are going to come, you know, I'm going to make 100% juice out of my own product. I'm not going to buy it, you know, if I could, you know, get outsourcing to make, you know, 100%, you know, no preservatives, I'm going to do that too.
You bought.
I bought, you know, 2 machines, you know, that are going to be strictly to do, you know, 100% natural juice. Squeeze the orange, bottle it, you know, legacy farm, out in the market.
You have a bigger dream then.
You know, I'm thinking outside of the box. Because you know what, if I just want to come, you know, you care to come here, can't come here, I sell the orange to you. You're taking it to Senegal or somewhere else, juice it and then come and sell me the same thing. But if I juice it, you know, it's going to be 100% natural, no preservatives, all orange juice.
From the Gambia?
From the Gambia, you know, and if it hits the market, you know, you like it, you're going to come back. With the compliments, you know, try the oranges, you know, you'll call.
So do you have other machineries that you also kind of use to work in this farm?
No, I ordered, you know, 2 walking tractors because you see the place is too big. You know, they came, but we still couldn't get them out. You know, we're hoping today or tomorrow we'll have it. So that would help with the weeds, you know, in the farm.
What kind of machines are they?
You know, they are, you know, like power tillers, you know, they're called walking tractors.
Okay, you bought 2?
I bought 2. They just arrived at the port on Thursday. We thought yesterday we were going to get it, but, you know, with a lot of crazy things, you know, we couldn't get it. If not today, maybe tomorrow we'll get them, you know. Even if I'm not here, we'll get somebody to come and assemble them. Probably another month if you come, you know, all you're going to see is...
You also have groundnuts?
Yes, these groundnuts, you know, we did the whole groundnut here with the hope, okay, these boys would keep the seeds, but all the, you know, the leaves, I intend to keep them, you know, like what I was telling you, you know, the animal husbandry, you know, so I will split the land, grow, you know, elephant grass. If they feed on elephant grass for 2 weeks, then close that area, then give them the groundnuts, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
You have some bigger dreams here.
Yes, you know, but I can't leave it all in one day. I'm hoping with aspirations, you know, we'll get to the promised land. There are, you know, that tank, that one is broken, you know, so that's why we bought a new one. So this one would have 2 tanks, you know, 5,000 each. So that would be 10,000, 10,000, that would be 20,000. So if we could get another 10,000 out there, you know, 30,000 liters, you know, that would give us courage to bring in more women to help out. Well, you could see, compared to a year or 2 ago, you know, it's definitely promising. Yeah. Not very, very strong, you know. After a while, you know, the weight of the water, you see this one is tilted. That's why we're thinking forward, you know, at least change it.
Change it, you know, to a better stand.
Yeah, a better stand.
So how many people do you have that works here?
You know, 4 people. Those are on regular, you know, full-time employment. But then, you know, we give space to women that are doing, you know, their own thing, helping their families out.
Oh, okay. So the women that works here, how do you work with them?
No, it's on a free-based charge, you know. Just come and work. Whatever you have, it's yours, you know. So they, at least, you know, wherever you work in, you make sure you keep the place tidy, you know, tidy, you know, free. Whatever you earn, that's yours. Last year, you know, it's 22 of them last year. Each and every one made, you know, approximately, you know, 180,000.
180,000.
Yes, dollars.
Each of them.
Each. You could go ask the lady herself. She would not, you know, because if you ask her, she wouldn't tell you the exact figure. But this one, you know, they made a lot of money. It could be more than that.
More than that.
More than that, you know. But on average, each and every one made, you know, 180,000.
And they are using water, everything.
Water, you know, everything is free. You know. You know, it's because of water constraint, you know, we should have more than 100 women. But if you look, you know, we had 3 boreholes. This is 1, 2. The third one over there, you know, failed.
Why do you choose agriculture?
Well, the problem is, you know, most of our farmlands are all going into real estate. Yes, we have a, you know, housing deficiency, you know, but if you take all the farmlands, you know, and build houses, what are you going to eat? Tomorrow, you know, you're going to be importing from neighboring countries, you know, sooner or later. It's going to make it more difficult. You know, we have to preserve our farmlands. You could have, you know, housing, but you need to eat.
We need to eat.
You need to eat regardless, you know, no matter what. If you sleep in a house, where is the food going to come from? So we have to be very, very mindful. If we sell all the farmlands, you know, you have a place to stay. But now, you know, where are you going to get the food from? You're going to import, you know, which is going to be much more expensive.
Expensive, of course.
And then, you know, going to use the dalasi outside of the, you know, outside of the country. You're going to use foreign exchange, you know, so it puts, you know, a very, very tight thing on the economy. So we have to. I chose to do this. My grandfather, you know, had a farm since I was a kid, you know, I had the ambition, you know, one day in my mind, if I could have the thing. But in 2019, that's when the dream started, you know, coming to true.
So do you have other investments that you also engage in?
Oh yes, you know, I have, you know, real estate, you know, I have, you know, houses in Brusubi, Kololi, and Bakau.
So you probably in the future might able to stay one completely.
This is my, you know, well, you know, I have kids. For time being, you know, hopefully next year, you know, I want to at least, you know, in bid, come in the Gambia, you know, 6 months, and then go back, you know, in the US for, you know, 6 months, because the way things are here, you have to at least, you know, to manage it very well, you know, I have to stay, you know, at least have a year in the country here. Especially, you know, if we engage into animal husbandry.
Yeah.
You know, I work for other people for the longest. That's just giving me something to put food on the plate. But I want to expand where I don't have to rely on, live from paycheck to paycheck. So that's why you have to dream big. Think outside of the box, you know, in order to get what you want. Yes. You can't, if you depend on a, you know, monthly salary, it could only take you so far. But if you have, you know, yes, a lot of money is going out, nothing is coming in, but once it starts coming in, that's how, you know.
Yeah, you might probably stay.
Yeah, you know, when the kids, you know, when the kids are grown, you know, they could do things on their own. Absolutely, I don't have to, you know, I spent 30-something years in the US.
So just,
you know, June 14, 1989, when I left the source. A very, very long time.
How many months do you stay when you come?
You know, all these years I've been coming for only a month, you know, in the rainy season to help them, you know, at least, you know, look the place, you know, tenable.
Okay.
So, but maybe a year or so from now, I have to, you know, start coming, you know, at least 3 to 6 months, because, you know, the way the things are fruiting, you know, you would like to see, you know, other things. And then, you know, we had a piece of land at the other end where, you know, I'm thinking of going into animal husbandry.
Animal husbandry. Do you have some a specific animal in mind?
You know, probably, you know, not, you know, chicken. You know, a lot of people are doing that. You know, I want to go into, you know, the sheep business. You know, at least, you know, help, you know, the local community, you know, during the time of, you know, Tobaski, because, you know, we know, you know, ram prices are just out of this world.
Okay.
But if you could do, you know, at least make the price reasonable, you know, where the average you could afford it. You know, I would appeal to my brothers and sisters in diaspora, you know, that have the means. This is our country. You know, you could do something, you know, either at a small scale or a larger scale. It's all part of, you know, development for the country. So we can't just sit, you know, leave the money in the bank. You leave the, you know, scared money ain't gonna make you no money. You have to be willing to invest in order to make more money. And then, you know, these guys that are employed, you know, I'm paying them. The garden is not bringing anything right now, you know, as of last year, you know, but, you know, I'm paying them out of what I'm working, you know. So I think it's helping the country, you know, one way or the other.
Yeah, my name is Bakari Soli. I'm the one managing Lava Legacy Farm here.
Okay, Mr. Jatta talk very highly of you and your team.
Yeah.
What are some of the roles that you play?
Yeah, because I live at Bakau.
Okay.
So I travel every day to come up to Gunjurr here.
Okay.
So we have another 3 people here who are working with me here, Malang Jasi, and Yaya Keta and Ibrahim Drame.
Okay.
So when we come, so we actually come and help each other and do things together. So it's not easy though, because you see the land, the size of the land.
It's very big.
It's very big. So 4 of us here managing it is not easy though, but we definitely try our level best to do it, you know.
What kind of advice do you have for maybe the young people?
My advice is, I cannot tell a young guy, okay, do farming when the person doesn't have the means. But my advice for my diasporan brothers, you know, that have the funds, think of other people that you're going to employ and help out. Don't leave the money in the bank. Build a house, that's fine. How many houses are you going to be able to sleep in? But this, you feed in the entire country, you know. If I put the oranges in the market, you know, do I know whether you're going to buy it or somebody else? Nobody knows. So you feed in the country. The kids out there, if you could get somebody to help you do something on your own, rather than relying on somebody paying you monthly, you earning way more than what they're going to pay you, it's much more valuable, you know, than relying on a monthly salary. Monthly salary, if you pay taxi, you know, from Gunjurr to Brikama every day, what you paid, you know, how much do you make out of that?
Everything goes back to your feeding.
You know,
and
feeding.
and
Maybe very likely you might not even have, you know, it would not take you to the at the end of the month. So how people survive, you know, but people that could afford it, you know, and they have plans, try to do something. Even if you do vegetable farming, it's going to bring you more than your monthly salary. That I know for 100%.
Yes, even vegetable farming.
Even vegetable farming, you know, you do okra, you do onions, you do, you know, tomato. Even what we locally call, you know, these things, sorrel or, you know, kucha, you're going to make way more money than what they're going to pay you monthly. Absolutely, there is no doubt about that. But you have to be willing to get your hands dirty.